Hello.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. I find that whenever I say that, I'm like pushing my glasses up on my face. So, obviously we're home from vacation, and we wanted to give you...
Are?
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh. I thought I was on vacation.
Really?
Yeah.
News to me.
Okay.
But we wanted to share with you our thoughts and between paying out of pocket, which we did on this trip, and using the dining plan, which we have done in prior trips. So let's get started, and we'll give you our pros and cons. So we have used the Disney dining plan in 2015 and 2017.
Mm-hmm.
We paid for it in 2015, and in 2017 we were lucky enough to get free dining. Simply,
and then we upgraded.
Right, we had free dining, which was the free quick service, and we paid the upgrade fee for the Disney dining plan. So while it was free, it wasn't free, but we paid a lot less than we would have for it. So on the Disney dining plan, in 2015, you had one quick service, which came with a dessert, one sit-down dining, and one snack. In 2017, it had changed to, it came with one quick service that did not include dessert, one sit-down, and two snacks.
At that point, it did not include alcohol.
Correct. Then it did not include alcohol. For the trip in 2019-2020, we really did go back and forth on if we were going to do the dining plan or not. Last minute, I just wasn't in a good headspace to make any final decisions. So because you can add the dining plan up to 3 days ahead of your trip. If it's past the 30-day point, you will have to pay in full for it. But if you're saving up money for paying out of pocket anyway, you pretty much have it paid. But we went ahead and just paid out of pocket. We did several sit downs, and we did a lot of quick service. I ate a lot of kids meals, and that wasn't based on price. It was
what you eat.
It's what I eat.
It's what you eat at home.
It's what I eat at home. I just really like to snack. And so, a lot of times I had chicken nugget kids meal with macaroni and cheese or coleslaw, or I had tacos or a hamburger. I really have the palate of a 5-year-old. We ate at Leal a lot, especially when we were, if we were hungry in Epcot, we ate at Leal, which is
or egg rolls.
Yeah, or egg rolls. Leal is the bakery in the France Pavilion, and thank you to Angela and Jeff for showing us actually where that was. I'm indebted to you for that. You really liked the lobster bisque at Leal.
It was okay. It was better than it was at Chef St. Fran's, but...
Sam doesn't normally eat baguettes. He ate the whole... I think I got a bite of baguette. And we ordered the full one. So, Sam, if you were to do it again, would you get the dining plan, or would you pay out of pocket, and why?
It's honestly difficult. One, it may vary on the time of year.
Okay, good point.
For example, if you're going during food and wine, it's nice to have those snack credits already set aside.
Yeah, or festival of the holidays.
If you're going when there isn't a big Epcot festival, well, snacks then aren't quite as interesting. Ooh, I got a Mickey pretzel, or ooh, I got a Mickey bar, as opposed to what you can get during food and wine or festival of the holidays, or
Right. We're not saying that an occasional Mickey pretzel or Mickey bar is bad.
No, it's just I don't want to use 57 snack credits on pretzels.
Yeah, that number's not made up. On our 2-week trip, we had 50-some snack credits. One of the things that I like about the snack credits is that they're usable at Starbucks. And they are good for any size drink at Starbucks. Any drink on the menu, any size. They're good for that. In the parks and in Disney Springs. And so That is one thing that I kind of did miss paying out of pocket. Like, I could have had a Starbucks any morning that I wanted, but I think paying out of pocket makes you more mind conscious of what you're buying instead of just like, here, I'm going to tap my band and it's covered already.
Well, that's simply because you've got the peace of mind of having it already paid off. You don't got to worry about what you're paying for then and there.
Right.
Honestly, it depends on what your palate normally is. Whether you're normally just a hamburger and fries type person at the parks, or whether you're here, let's go have the 5-course meal at Narcoossee's or Artist Point, and
that's really true. Or you want the surf and turf at
the Yachtsman.
The Yachtsman, thank you. Yeah, which you had in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
I think we ate really differently than we did in 2017. We
didn't come home no longer wanting food because we'd eaten so much.
I agree.
So, I mean, that was a nice positive aspect. But still, I can't necessarily say one way or the other is better. It kind of depends on you.
Right. It depends on the family. Like, if you're a family of 4, of course the price is going to go up. And, of course you have to judge for yourself if the dining plan is worth it for you. There's so many different calculators, and what you can Google at the time of your trip what the dining plan averages out per person and say, okay, if it's $52 per day, hey, we're going to have, let's say we're going to Magic Kingdom, we're going to have Crystal Palace for breakfast, we're going to have a quick service for lunch, and that gives us 2 snacks throughout the day. Okay, that's...
But if it's 50-something per day, you've already spent that with breakfast.
Right. I think we would have done more sit-down meals if we had had the dining plan.
Possibly. But I mean, we did do quite a few as it was. We did. The Wave.
We did the Wave.
We did Beaches.
Beaches and Cream.
Is that what it was? The character breakfast at Beach Club?
Oh, no. That's Cape May Cafe.
Cape May Cafe. We did Crystal Palace twice.
Yeah, we did. We did one for dinner, and we did a surprise breakfast that on our anniversary. If you have not seen that video, it's in the playlist, and I'll link our Disney playlist in the description below. On our anniversary, the dining system had messed up, and they had said that breakfast was full when there was no reservations made, but they scrunched them all into lunch. We had the characters to ourselves for a half an hour. Mm-hmm. They sat down at tables next to us while we ate. That was kind of awkward. Winnie the Pooh.
You literally do eat with Pooh Bear.
Yeah, we literally ate with the characters. It was insane. It would never happen again. On my own, I did Tusker House on New Year's Day while you were sleeping in because I had the annual pass and Sam was just kind of chilled out and doing other things. So, I mean, we did our fair share of sit-down restaurants, but we were like, okay, well, here's the price of this and here's the price of this, and I guess I'll get water instead of a drink. And, I was thinking more about it, I think, than you were.
I wasn't too worried about it. I was going to spend whatever I needed to spend.
Right. One of the things that has changed since we were on the dining plan last is that alcoholic beverages are included with the dining plan.
Which is something you really got to take into account, too.
Right.
Because if you do drink, then it makes a little more sense. If you don't drink, well, it doesn't really weigh in at all. But
right. I think it includes, some of the specialty drinks and the milkshakes and stuff that before weren't included on the dining plan. So that, like Sam said, that is something to take into consideration. We enjoy an alcoholic beverage every once in a while, not ever.
I like your grapefruit beer.
I love the grapefruit beer in the Germany Pavilion.
And your leaping leprechauns or lucky leprechauns.
Leaping leprechauns from the Rose Crown Pub. Sam would go get fish and chips. I'd go get a leaping leprechaun.
I'm focused on real food. She's getting plastered.
I can't eat seafood, so...
French fries are seafood?
I couldn't just get an order of French fries.
I would have shared.
He doused them in vinegar, people. Blah. So we didn't end up keeping our receipts. There was just way too many to try to keep track of. But overall, I think we roughly paid about $2,000 out of pocket for food.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Out of the course of 2 weeks. That includes drinks and snacks and meals. And I do think we ended with, and I'd have to do the math because I haven't, because I don't know exactly what we spent. But I do think it would have been cheaper to pay for the dining plan. But also one of the things about the dining plan is that sometimes something that you want on the menu isn't covered by the dining plan. There is an upcharge. We didn't.
But that's very rare. Right,
that's really rare. That happens more at like your 1 and 2 credit dinings, like or your 2 credit dinings, like Yachtsman, Narcoossee.
It didn't even happen at Yachtsman though.
There's an option at Yachtsman. I think it's what the Wagyu beef or something is an upcharge.
I don't know. I don't eat Wagyu.
So, but.
I rarely eat ragu, much less Wagyu.
I think I would have had a little bit more peace of mind with the dining plan, but like I said, my brain just wasn't I'm surprised that I didn't just like zombie walk through vacation, which I'm not quite sure I didn't. I turned down taking pictures with Memory Maker.
A few times.
Several times, and you can see in some of the videos that I'm not with it.
Sometimes it's normal.
Yeah, sometimes that is normal. But this was less with it than on a normal not with it day. But on our next Disney trip, do you think we would pay out of pocket, or do you think we would get the dining plan?
I can't honestly say.
Okay. I think it would be a because
to me it kind of varies on when you go.
Yeah, well, typically we go in the fall, so we're either
Food and Wine or Festival of Holidays.
Right.
I agree.
Well, either with Sam's job and my allergies and his allergies, quite frankly, going in for like Festival of the Arts is way just too early with weather, and Flower and Garden would just kind of be a miserable trip, and those time frames are just not good for Sam with your job. So we go in the fall.
Spring, we're trying to make sure everything's ready to go to the field.
Yeah, with Sam working in an agriculture related business, we're dealing on a farmer schedule. So if we were to go during Food and Wine or Festival of the Holidays, would you want the dining plan? Yes. Or would you want to pay out of pocket?
No, I'd want the 1 and 2.
And that's simply because there's so many different snacks that you can try.
I honestly don't think we would ever use the deluxe or the. Do they even still have the platinum dining plan?
Mm-mm. Okay. Not that I know of.
Well, then we probably would never really use the
deluxe. The deluxe
just because
is so much food.
Yeah.
Literally, to get your money's worth on the deluxe, you would have to be having a sit down.
Like Crystal Palace every day.
Right, you'd have to have at least a one.
Or not Crystal Palace, Cinderella's Royal Table.
You'd need a 2 credit dining every day just to make it worth it.
Cinderella's Royal Table, Narcoossee's,
Yachtsman,
Citrico's, California Grill.
And
at least one of those per day.
Right.
And
another sit down.
And
I mean, that's a lot of. And I mean, there's some people that go and they're like, hey, I did the 3 rides that I want to do in Magic Kingdom, and if I do another one, that's great. If I don't, no big deal. But hey, look, there's food. Like, there's big foodies that go to Disney because the food is good. And some people go, oh my gosh, the food's not good, I don't like it. We actually never had a meal. I can't say that. We've had a couple.
We've had like 2, maybe 3 meals.
Yeah.
That just
did
not stand up to what the Disney difference.
Right. Out of four Disney trips that
I can name 3.
That total of
a ton of meals.
Right.
It's over a month.
4, 5, 6 out of a total of 6 weeks of Disney
of eating 3 meals a day.
Right. We've had 3 bad meals, and that's nothing. And there's still places that we haven't eaten at that we want to.
Victoria and Albert's.
Victoria and Albert's is on Sam's list. The Via Napoli, and I'm probably butchering. Ah!
Hi, people.
I got earthquake. I'm probably butchering that. Via Napoli and the Italy Pavilion. I really want to try the pizza because everyone says the pizza's awesome. And of course we have our favorites. Like Crystal Palace is one of our is our favorite character breakfast, and that's on our list every time. And so we'll be back again. It'll just be a couple years. If you saw our video earlier about our vacations for this year and the rest of this year and next year, that we're doing some cruising, but maybe in 2022 we'll fly out to Orlando, and we'll sail out of either Port Canaveral or Miami and throw in some theme park time.
North Cuba?
Huh?
North Cuba?
So I personally think that the dining plan is better just because it's pretty much pre-paying for your meals, and it's peace of mind that you don't have to worry about I can't have a soda with lunch because it's $3 or
so's your water.
Yeah, and so is a bottle of water.
That's why I'm going, what difference does it make?
I would get tap water, not
yeah, but you rarely did that.
I didn't. I usually had a soda, or I had hot tea or coffee, because it was cold, y'all.
For Florida, yeah.
For Florida in December, it was cold. So I personally would go with the dining plan because it's a peace of mind thing for me. What about you? What would you do?
I told you already. You've asked me that.
Oh yeah, I did. It depended on the time of year. I have a bird brain today.
No. Goldfish.
Oh, I have a goldfishy brain today. So
your memory is 3 seconds long.
Who are you?
I don't know.
Oh boy. So you've got our input, you've got our thoughts. Sam, it depends on the time of year that you go if the dining plan is worth it. For me, I think the dining plan is better than paying out of pocket, simply for budgeting peace of mind. And I know you're going to say, well, Lena, what about just dividing it up into gift cards, and you have an annual pass, or I had an annual pass during this trip. You got discounts. Well, I only got discounts at the sit-downs, not at quick service. It doesn't count at quick service. And that's really what we ended up eating a lot of, was quick service. So the discounts really didn't do a whole lot, but they did some. It was better than nothing. But, so you have our thoughts, and we'd love to hear your comments below. Do you pay out of pocket, or do you do the dining plan? And if so, why? We'd love to read your comments. We always love other people's input. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in an upcoming video. Bye!